Did Phil explain why he's speaking out now?
He said he's speaking out because he believes Diddy's a predator. He wants accountability, and he doesn't want someone like this to run unchecked in the future.
So apparently Diddy's knee has been bothering him recently, so he reported it. At some point, it was decided that he needed medical care outside of the jail, so he was taken to a Brooklyn.
Oh my gosh! Can you believe it? Sean Diddy Combs, the man who practically owned the entertainment world, is now caught in what might be the most scandalous legal nightmare ever. I'm absolutely stunned. While Diddy's fighting for his very survival behind bars, his children, they're living like there's no tomorrow. Private jets, designer everything, exotic vacations, it's absolutely mind-blowing. The contrast is just, I can't even. Daddy Dearest is facing charges that could destroy everything he's built, and these kids are splashing their lavish lifestyles all over social media like it's nothing. The disconnect between their carefree indulgence and Diddy's dire situation has everyone's jaws on the floor, including mine.
Diddy's mom has finally spoken out amidst everything that is happening right now. Janice Small Combs provided a statement to some outlets via her attorney. So she starts off by saying it's very heartbreaking to see her son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies.
Let me break this down for you because I am shook. Diddy, the man who once ruled the music industry with that legendary Midas touch, is sitting in a jail cell right now. The charges? Absolutely devastating. Career-ending stuff. Yet his family, instead of laying low or showing some solidarity, they're flaunting their extravagance for the entire world to see. And honey, there is nothing subtle about it. They're going all out with jaw-dropping vacations and shopping sprees that would make even the Kardashians blush. Take Christian Combs, or King Combs as he calls himself. While his father is drowning in legal troubles, this boy is sunbathing on pristine beaches and shopping like there's no tomorrow. Wait, it gets better. He's been spotted in luxury boutiques buying diamond-encrusted watches and designer jackets that probably cost more than most people's yearly salary. And his girlfriend, Raven Tracy, she's right there with him, sharing their ridiculous adventures, camel rides in Mexico, spa days, and yacht parties. And Christian, bless his heart, wears this enormous diamond chain everywhere. Just in case anyone forgot how rich they are, the audacity.
Today, just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
But Christian isn't the only Combs kid living it up while daddy's in trouble. The Combs twins, Delilah and Jesse, are breaking the internet with their matching Christian Dior bikinis in St. Bart's. These girls were lounging on a yacht that probably cost more than a mansion, soaking up sun and sipping from what looked like crystal glasses. I mean, really? Their social media is just dripping with luxury. Hundreds of thousands of followers eating up every post of clear blue waters, that sleek yacht, and designer swimwear. It's like watching a movie, except this is actually their real life. Can you even imagine? Then there's Chance Combs, who's creating her own waves on Instagram. She recently shared these dreamy photos riding horses along sandy beaches, looking like she doesn't have a care in the world. At just 19 years old, Chance, who wants to be an actress by the way, is already living a life most of us only see in magazines. She's hitting up amusement parks and high-profile events while maintaining this effortlessly glamorous image that's just, I can't even.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
And let's not forget Quincy Combs, Diddy's eldest. He's also been indulging in some serious R&R on beautiful beaches, sharing photos that scream, "My life is perfect." His vibe is so relaxed, yet undeniably luxurious. While Diddy is fighting for his freedom, Quincy's living his best life straight out of the Treat Yourself handbook. And honestly, with access to private jets and 5-star resorts, who can blame him? Speaking of private jets, this family's travel habits are insane. Diddy's private jet has been logging more air miles than ever, flying these kids to Hawaii, California, Texas, Florida, Mexico, Italy, and even India. According to flight data, the jet has also made stops in Ireland, Canada, and St. Martin.
This is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
But here's the tea that has me absolutely floored. Sources close to the family claim the kids are literally giving away cash to their friends. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently, swimming in daddy's fortune isn't enough. They're spreading the wealth to their inner circle too. When the cat's away, what do the mice do? One insider quipped. With him waiting in jail for this trial, those kids are doing whatever they want. This carefree attitude has sparked a tsunami of criticism online, with people questioning if these kids understand how serious their father's situation really is. Diddy's net worth has already taken a massive hit. Forbes estimated his fortune at around $400 million last year, down from $740 million in 2019. With lawsuits piling up and radio stations pulling his music from playlists, the money drain is only going to get worse. One source close to Diddy didn't hold back. They're acting like he's been convicted already. They don't seem to realize that this money isn't endless. But are the kids really clueless, or are they putting on a brave face for the cameras? That's the million-dollar question. What's crystal clear is that their actions are raising serious eyebrows. The public reaction has been equal parts fascination and outrage. On one hand, there's this morbid curiosity about how the uber-wealthy live, especially during a crisis. On the other hand, people are getting more and more resentful of the Combs family for flashing their wealth while their father faces such intense scrutiny. And the irony is just too much. Diddy, the man famous for his larger-than-life personality and his can't stop, won't stop mantra, is now completely powerless over his own narrative. He's stuck in a jail cell with his reputation hanging by a thread while his children are living their absolute best lives. It's a harsh reminder that even for the super rich, family dynamics can be messy, and loyalty isn't guaranteed.
So it sounded crazy, like I said before. They said that 2,300 people reached out to the law firm, and out of the 2,300 people, I guess they decided to go with just a little over 100. Which seems like it's they just put out the number and everybody's calling to see if they can get a check.
It's insane. It's insane. Now, again, he did say that nothing has been filed yet because he says he wants to make sure that they do their due diligence and get this right.
As we dive deeper into this unfolding drama, I can't help but wonder, is this lavish lifestyle just their way of escaping reality, or is it a calculated move to distract from the scandal? And what, if anything, will be left of the Combs family legacy when this is all over? Hold on to those questions, because there is so much more to unpack about Diddy's legal battles and how they're affecting his family. As the extravagance of Sean Diddy Combs' children continues dominating headlines and social media, there's something much darker brewing beneath all that glitter and gold. While the family desperately tries to maintain this image of carefree indulgence, Diddy's legal troubles are casting a massive shadow over everything. And it's not just about him anymore. The spotlight is widening. These allegations against the music mogul aren't your typical celebrity scandal. They've already started rippling through his inner circle, pulling some of his children into the fray. The family dynamic is growing more and more complicated, and everyone's asking, how much longer can the Combs clan keep up appearances before everything comes crashing down? Let's start with Christian Combs. While he's been making headlines for his flashy lifestyle and social media posts, he's also become the subject of a serious lawsuit. Grace Omar, a former steward who worked on a yacht chartered by Diddy, has accused Christian of inappropriate behavior during a trip in late December 2022. According to her complaint, what was supposed to be a high-profile but wholesome family gathering quickly spiraled into chaos and excess. Omar alleges that Christian's actions left her deeply shaken, with lasting effects on both her personal and professional life. The details she shared are disturbing and reveal a party culture that's anything but glamorous.
We are not done, and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
Omar claims she was simply doing her job, providing dinner and drink service on the yacht when Christian allegedly began crossing lines. The complaint describes him as heavily under the influence when he boarded the boat, and Omar alleges he pressured her to join the festivities. She's even provided what she claims are audio recordings from that night, which supposedly capture her repeatedly refusing his advances. In one recording, she can allegedly be heard saying, "I have to go back to work," while Christian insists she stay with him. These recordings, if verified, could seriously strengthen her case. And it doesn't stop there. Omar also alleges that Christian's behavior escalated later that evening, culminating in an incident that left her visibly distressed. Her complaint includes photos of bruising, which she claims resulted from the encounter. She says she reported the incident to the yacht's captain the next day, but was met with disbelief and inaction. According to Omar, not only was her complaint dismissed, but she also faced retaliation that eventually cost her her job. The emotional toll, she claims, has been enormous. Anxiety, sleeplessness, and other lasting impacts she attributes to that night on the yacht.
That with all the money he has and all the resources he has, they couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone.
Christian's legal team has fiercely denied these allegations, calling them baseless and part of an effort to capitalize on the broader scandal surrounding his father. But the timing of the lawsuit is undeniably significant. It comes when the Combs family is already under intense scrutiny, raising questions about how much of this behavior might have been influenced by their father's lifestyle. After all, Diddy himself has been accused of creating an environment where excess and indulgence were not just encouraged but expected. Speaking of Diddy, his own legal troubles are still unfolding, and they are explosive. Federal agents have raided his properties in both Los Angeles and Miami, reportedly seizing items that could serve as evidence in ongoing investigations. These raids weren't just routine, they were described as highly coordinated operations involving multiple agencies. While Diddy maintains his innocence, the sheer scale of these investigations suggests authorities are leaving no stone unturned. Among the items reportedly seized were electronic devices and other materials that could potentially corroborate the allegations against him.
Well, Sierra, anything's possible, right? But now this judge has an even harder time, I think, because the past judge locked him up, didn't let him out, and he's still there available for trial. If the new judge lets him out on bond and something goes wrong, and this isn't the analysis that I'm proud to make, right? We shouldn't be saying, well, judges are worried about their own skin and how they look if something bad happens.
What's particularly unsettling is how these allegations have begun blurring the lines between Diddy's personal and professional lives. According to reports, some of his business associates have also been implicated, raising questions about whether this was individual misconduct or something more systemic. These allegations have triggered a wave of lawsuits, with multiple individuals coming forward to share their stories. The common thread in many of these accounts is a culture of excess and entitlement that seems to have permeated every aspect of Diddy's world. This brings us back to how his children fit into all this. While Christian is the only one facing legal action at the moment, the entire family has been thrust into the spotlight. Their public statements supporting their father have received mixed reactions. On one hand, their loyalty is understandable. This is their father, and they're standing by him during a difficult time. But on the other hand, their unwavering support has been criticized as tone-deaf, especially given the severity of the allegations. Their public declaration that they stand united with Diddy has been interpreted by some as an attempt to deflect attention from the more troubling aspects of the case.
By everything, they're going to try to transfer him, they're going to try to get him out. In a normal case where it's a high-profile person or a well-funded person, the prosecution and the judge is a little bit more concerned about a wrongful prosecution, because people that are mad that they're being arrested for a crime they didn't commit can turn around and file for malicious prosecution.
And yet, even as they rally around their father, cracks in the family's united front are beginning to show. The lavish lifestyle they're showcasing on social media has only added fuel to the fire, with many accusing them of being completely out of touch with reality. The optics couldn't be worse. While Diddy sits in a jail cell, his children are gallivanting around the world, seemingly unfazed by the storm brewing around them. It's a contrast that's impossible to ignore and raises serious questions about their priorities and awareness of how grave the situation really is. But perhaps the most pressing question is what all this means for the future of the Combs family. Diddy's trial is set to begin in May, and the stakes couldn't be higher. If convicted, the consequences could be catastrophic, not just for him, but for his entire family. The financial impact alone would be significant, potentially jeopardizing the lavish lifestyle his children have grown accustomed to. And then there's the question of public perception. Even if Diddy manages to clear his name, the damage to his reputation may be irreversible. The Combs name, once synonymous with success and glamour, is now under a cloud of suspicion, and it's not clear if they'll ever shake it.
Every jail is bad, and some jails are worse than others. And the problem, again, is if you move him, why is he getting special treatment? And maybe he's earned special treatment. Maybe what he's done, maybe he's given so much back to his fans and to the world and to charity that maybe there's a way that it plays out in the end. But again, to go into court and say this jail is bad, move him to another jail, it's not your first argument. That's sort of the...
As for Christian, his legal battle is just beginning. The lawsuit filed by Omar could take months, if not years, to resolve, and the outcome is far from certain. In the meantime, his reputation has already taken a hit, and it's unclear how this will affect his budding career in music and entertainment. For someone who's worked hard to step out of his father's shadow, this is a setback he likely never saw coming. And let's not forget the other members of the Combs family. While they may not be directly involved in the legal battles, they're certainly feeling the impact. Their every move is being scrutinized and the pressure to maintain a united front must be enormous. But as the allegations continue piling up, it's becoming increasingly difficult for them to keep up appearances. The cracks are starting to show, and it's only a matter of time before the facade crumbles entirely. So where does this leave us? The Combs family is at a crossroads and the stakes couldn't be higher. Will they weather this storm and come out on the other side? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of the most iconic families in entertainment? Share your thoughts and comments with us in the comments section. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.